Warzone is getting its biggest update next week, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down everything you guys need to know, everything from the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to be completely unbiased with things I like, I don't like, and I do want to know what you guys think down below. With all that being said, let's get straight into it because there's a lot to cover. Now, as we see here, we have the Warzone Season 1 content update coming next week on Thursday, November 14th. So for those that don't know, we are getting a brand new Resurgence map called Area 99, and from the pictures, the trailer, the screenshots, it looked like they did add a bit more color, because when I played it in Washington, D.C. at COD Next, that was my #1 complaint, is that it's obviously a desert map, which I don't personally like. I like colorful, I like bright, like the Vandals, like the Rebirth, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like they did bring some more color to it, which that's going to be nice. That is going to be our brand new Resurgence map. Now, they also are going to be bringing back Rebirth Island, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. Now, for those that don't know, we are getting all of Black Ops 6 guns, movement, gunplay, and everything. So that means we will still have all of the MW2, MW3, and now Black Ops 6 guns, which is equal to like 136 weapons, which is insane. Now we also are having Omni movement, which is going to be in Warzone, which, as you guys know, I personally love. So that's going to be awesome, and that's going to be transitioning from the old MW3 movement onto Omni movement. So with the integration, we are going to be getting Urzikstan again as our big map, and honestly, I'm not a fan of this. One of the reasons is it's also going back to the old Urzikstan before bunkers and Superstore. I don't know why they're doing that. And also, we've seen leaks and rumors about this new big map Avalon that's supposed to be coming in like 2 years. Now again, I don't understand this at all. If I'm Call of Duty and I'm the devs for Warzone, why would you not drop Avalon now for a brand new experience and a brand new big map alongside Area 99, which is our brand new Resurgence map, and then have Verdansk, which is already confirmed later in 2025. I feel like that's just taking a step backwards in not having a new big map with a new Warzone that's supposed to be coming for Black Ops 6. Now, a couple changes real quick that I think are going to be great for Warzone overall is there's going to be no more backpacks in the game, which I think for Big Map and BR, that's going to be incredible. There's not going to be any more spamming of smokes. You can store UAVs, precisions, bunker busters. It's going back to the OG Warzone style of no backpacks. I think that's a great change. I think it made stuff kind of clunky, kind of overcomplicated. Now it's going back to that OG feel of Warzone. Now, speaking of the OG feel of Warzone, I actually made a tweet about this, so I do want to know what you guys think, especially on this topic, because this is something that I've been very pushy towards the devs, if I ever talk to them, about doing this. And I do want to know what you guys think. Again, I might have a different perspective of you guys, but let me know. I think the big map and the way the big map plays right now is trash. The reason I say that is the big map feels like a glorified Resurgence. If you guys remember way back, and I say way back, but it's not that long ago, in Verdansk, I feel like whenever you played big map, you had to actually value your life, which is the point of a standard and traditional BR. I feel like now, and this would, I guess you could say, nerf sweaty players, I'm so tired of playing big map and it feeling like I'm playing Resurgence. I can load in, find unlimited money, go to Gulag, come out, buy a Gulag token. There's flares, redeploys, portable buy stations. There's no point in actually valuing your life. And I feel like they should go back to this OG playstyle of how a BR should actually play and not have a glorified Resurgence mode on the big map. Now that might be a crazy take because I feel like most sweaty players like this playstyle better, but I personally don't. Because if you're a casual player and you're just trying to game, doing random fills, whatever it is, the goal of a big map BR is to win the game, right? So if you can play your playstyle and not get penalized for it. If I'm playing or my team of sweats is playing, the odds that we're gonna be winning more gulags, actually having flares, portable buys, redeploys is gonna be way higher compared to a person that is playing a traditional BR style, which they should be because it is traditional BR, and they're gonna get penalized for not being able to compete with people that have an unlimited supply of being able to come back, which is the point of Resurgence. We have a new Resurgence map and also Rebirth Island, so that's the way that you could play, where you get to load in, drop in for a quick game, play fast, fight people a lot, and you get to come back. I feel like they have truly missed the mark, and they're trying to like combine these two modes of where I think they should separate it and go back to the old style of BR should be a BR. Even though I play aggressive and stuff, it shouldn't benefit me. players that are playing this traditional style should not be penalized for them, you know, playing endgame, sniping, things like that. It's hurting them more because I get to come back 10 times over when I used to only be able to come back once from a gulag or be bought back from buy stations that don't ever move. Now, especially on that topic, let me know what you guys think, because this is something that I'm really trying to push to Activision of going back to that old style, and I do want to know what you guys think from a casual player perspective, from a sweat, from anything, because this is something that I'm adamant about. And bring back old BR mode. We also have Rebirth Island returning at the start of Season 1, and as I said, I'm going to give you guys my pros, my cons, my unbiased feedback, and I feel like this is a major L. We have a brand new Resurgence map. They should give that some light and shine. We've been playing Rebirth forever now, and I love Rebirth, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they should be giving Area 99 way more love and bringing back the old Rebirth Island map, Resurgence, at the start of Season 1, I feel like is not very smart. Now going on here, we obviously have Urzikstan at launch. That's cool, that's a BR, but we do have the OG one with no superstore, bunkers, all that jazz. Again, an L in my opinion. And we have Plunder returning, which I think is great because I know a lot of people love playing Plunder to grind their guns and camos because the weapon grind is insane. I've been trying to get all of my guns ranked up for Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And I know a lot of you guys don't play multiplayer. I don't like playing multiplayer, but I know all the Black Ops 6 guns will be absolutely meta because they want you guys to buy the new game. You know, that's just business. But thankfully, Plunder's coming back for a lot of you guys to grind all of your guns to get them ranked up. But I hope it's a faster method than multiplayer because I feel like that's also a missed opportunity to kind of appeal to more casual players because it takes way too long to grind these weapon levels. There's some guns that have like 48 weapon levels. And I know a lot of you guys that can't game a lot don't have time to do that, especially with changing metas and stuff in new seasons. I hope Plunder's fast for a lot of you guys to get these guns ranked up because it takes a while. We also are getting ranked play on the big map mid-season, and if you guys want me to, I could honestly probably do a whole video on what I think of ranked play, because I think a lot of stuff has to change, but I guess the W is that these skins do look freaking sick, so I am excited for that, and I am excited to make you guys some content on ranked play, coaching guides, all that jazz. Now, we will also have the Black Ops 6 guns and gunplay, like I said, which I honestly like a lot, combined with Omni movement, I think feels great, but that will also come alongside with all the MW3 and MW2 guns in Warzone, which, like I said, that totals to, I believe, 136 guns in the game, which is actually kind of crazy. Now, going down to some of these perks and stuff here, if you guys don't know, there is going to be some extra perks you can add, like Gunfighter, where you can have 8 attachments on your weapon, and we haven't seen if we can put 8 attachments on the MW2 guns or MW3 guns, so this is about to get real messy. Now, the other thing I forgot to touch on is the prestige system. So Black Ops 6 does have that OG prestige system, but it's kind of weird for Warzone because whenever you prestige in Warzone, if you choose to do that, I'm probably not going to do it that much. Actually, I don't know. I probably will. But as a casual player, if you guys don't get to play a lot, I would not advise prestiging because if you prestige, you go back to level 1. Now, when you go back to level 1, all of these things and guns and everything are going to be relocked for you. You won't lose your weapon levels that you have on the gun, but it will be relocked where you have to then rank up again to get certain perks unlocked and all that kind of stuff, which I think is kind of cheesy. I definitely understand the prestige system for multiplayer, but I feel like Warzone, it might be kind of weird. Now, touching on the perk system, something I like that I haven't seen them ever do is we now have a pick 3 pre-match perks. Now, we get to pick 3 perks that we get automatically loading into Warzone. That is, before you get a loadout, you'll also get your 3 perks alongside your loadout, but I think this is cool, so let's touch on them. Now, we have the perk 1 slot. We have 6 of them. We have reflexes, which is triggered explosives have a delay, which is kind of like flex. We have veteran, which is reduce the negative effects of enemy equipment. That's okay. Grenader, explosive damage slows enemy health, regen, and movement speed. That's not that good. And then the perk that I think most people will run is dexterity. Reduce weapon motion while jumping, sliding, and diving, and you take less fall damage. So 1, that's great, but also it seems like they combined Mountaineer and Dexterity together, which this is a W. Obviously, with Omni movement, you'll be jumping, sliding, diving, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have on Dexterity currently in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, whenever you're like jumping off a ledge or doing anything, there's definitely a lot of like gun sway and a lot of like aim down sight sway, which is going to be nice whenever you're doing Omni movement. You also have Scavenger, which start equipment with maximum reserve ammo for your primary weapon. That could be great for like a late game loadout. This reminds me of like OG Verdansk and Fully Loaded, where if you land in from the Gulag or something like that, you can grab your Scavenger perk 1 class that will give you Fully Loaded for your primary, which is great. And then there is Survivor, which starts regenning health more quickly. Your allies revive you faster when you're downed. So this kind of seems like quick fix a little bit. Now going on to the perk 2 slot. So we will still have the 3 perk system whenever you're having a loadout, but you also get to do the pick 3 before you load in. We have Quartermaster, which recharge equipment over time. Bomb Squad, which does reduce incoming explosive and fire damage. That's going to be good. Tracker, see enemy footsteps, and this is kind of crazy too, that bullets you fire briefly mark an enemy for you and your squad. Meaning, whenever you actually run Tracker, it's going to be the OG Tracker combined with also Combat Scout, and enemies that down you are automatically pinged. So this is actually pretty crazy as a perk 2. And then there's going to be the Sprinter perk 2, which can tack sprint indefinitely. And I feel like this is going to be interesting with the knife slot, where you can bring out your knife and tack sprint around. If you guys remember, I suggested that probably 2 years ago. I was like, they should just copy Apex and have a knife where you can tack spin around on as much as you want, but they also have it as a perk now. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if maybe the Sprinter perk combined with the knife will run faster or something like that. We'll see. Then there's obviously Cold-Blooded, undetected by AI targeting and thermals, prevents some enemy recon perks and effects. So I'm assuming like perks like this for Tracker won't actually ping you and things like that. And then there's Quick Fix, which is interesting. Killing enemies or inserting armor plates indefinitely starts health regen, which is normal quick fix, and then also can insert armor plates one-handed. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a thing where you can actually dive and shoot while you're plating, or plate and shoot at the same time. This would be interesting. I hope it doesn't nerf us more, where like you can't plate and run around or things like that. So we'll see how Quick Fix goes. Now going on to the perk 3 slot, we have Gung Ho, which is reduce movement penalties while reloading or using equipment, reload while attack sprinting. Now, in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone right now, we have that automatically in the game, so they nerfed this. I don't know why. We take like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. If you guys know, right now you can tack sprint and reload without having any perks on in the game. I don't know why they now have you having to put on a perk for it, but whatever. They also have a couple of the OG perks returning from MWIII. We have the Resolute perk, taking damage from gunfire provides a movement speed boost, which I feel like this won't be that good unless they buff it, but it doesn't really do that much in Warzone right now. We obviously have Ghost. Obviously Ghost cannot be detected by some devices and undetectable by enemy radar pings while moving. And we have Bird's Eye, which is kind of cool. It did get a buff. You now have UAVs you call in are 25% larger and show the heading of the enemy for your squad, and detects players with Ghost, so there's no point in running Ghost in my opinion. We also have Tempered, refill armor plates, that's OG Tempered, and Alertness, which is kind of like High Alert, but even more broken now, where you can sense enemy players that are nearby. That's insane. I don't know how that's going to be. And then tell you when you're being aimed at, which is like High Alert, but that is crazy. Now going on to the wild card here. Now, wild card is going to be that 4th perk that you can select, and here's what you can do. They're taking out the OG MWIII Warzone, where you can choose 2 primary weapons, and they're going back to Overkill if you choose to select that. Now again, I wouldn't advise doing this, and I'm going to explain why. You can equip 2 primary weapons or secondary with Overkill, which is okay. And then you have Bandolier. Your loadout provides a muni box, which is kind of cool. And now you have Gunfighter. And what Gunfighter does is you can equip 3 extra attachments on your primary weapon. So what you should do is run Gunfighter, have an 8 attachment primary and a pistol as a secondary, and then just buy your other gun in the buy station. Because most likely, like we have in Warzone right now, you can buy your current primary that's on your loadouts for $2,500. Now I'm assuming they should change the price of this, because if not, you could just buy your loadout, run Gunfighter, get an 8 attachment gun, and then buy an 8 attachment secondary from the buy, and you're rocking and rolling. It's going to be crazy, but we'll see though. Gunfighter is definitely going to be a very, very good wild card. And then there's also Battle Ready, which is insane to think about. Your loadout now provides you a UAV and utility box. So I feel like there's no point in running Bandolier, because if you get a utility box, you get ammo and plates from that. But this is crazy to think about. If you and your squad have 3 of the 4 people run this as a wild card, you will then have an advanced UAV the second you get your loadout. So that's going to be crazy for late game. If you grab your class with your teammates, you can have an instant advance for rotations. This is interesting, and I'm excited to see how this plays out. Now going down a little bit here, we have our beautiful no backpack system, which is going to be the quick inventory. So they're taking away the old backpack system and going to the OG inventory that everybody loves, where obviously you have your money, your gas mask, your plates, a streak, your guns and ammo, and that's it. No more backpacks, which I personally love. You know, you can't store 10 streaks, ton of smokes, all that kind of stuff. This is something I'm very, very glad they did. We also are getting our own Warzone Mastery camo, which I think is going to be cool. I've been trying to grind multiplayer to get Dark Matter, but I got to be honest, I just can't. Me personally, I just have never played a multiplayer like that in the OG CODs. I've always been a BR guy, way back in Blackout and stuff, so it's hard for me to grind to get all the camos. But the good thing is we do have a Mastery camo coming for Warzone, so that's going to be cool. It's going to be animated, all that kind of stuff. We haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited for that. We also are getting with Season 1 in the Battle Pass, we're getting the Krig, which if you guys know, that gun was a goated gun way back in Warzone and Cold War, so I'm excited for that. We're also getting the return of the SOG, which, as I was just saying, in Blackout was one of my favorite SMGs to run, and that thing is going to bring back so many memories. We are getting a SOG SMG, which the SMGs do feel very, very good, so I'm excited to try the SOG out with 8 attachments and movement, omni movement. It's going to be crazy. We also are getting a AMR Mod 4, which looks like the Barrett 50 cal. I know a lot of you guys love sniping, so I'm going to be curious to see how that plays out in Warzone, but we are getting a new sniper also, which, as you guys see, my McDonald's logo hairline, it's not looking good for me. I'm getting headshot sniped. We also are getting a new secondary weapon, which is a siren. It looks like an SMG, and it's going to be from the special event that is in Season 1. I don't know if they've done this before, where they've actually had a event that you can get a gun for. I know there's been camos, stuff like that, but this will be interesting. Hopefully it's fast. Hopefully it's compact. We'll see how it feels. We also have the melee weapon, the power drill, coming, which is going to be interesting because, as I said, you can use your melee as a dedicated melee and bring out your knife, or when this comes out, bring out a power drill, and it's 2-hit kill, very short range, very fast attack speed. We'll see how this goes. This is giving me kind of Cali Stick vibes. So there's a ton more minor details. If you guys want me to break down everything for you guys, I would love to do that. But make sure if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, send this to a friend that's as confused as I was before this blog dropped about what's going on next week with Warzone. And let me know your comments down below on all the stuff I talked about. I love you guys. We got some banger content coming soon. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.